webinar is a part of an outreach program by Turito for the students who are looking for a bright future and parents who dream of giving their children the best education. Before we start, let me give a quick overview of the organization. Turito is an innovative e-learning platform with a mission to make quality education accessible to all. Turito is present in the USA, Canada, Middle East, India, Singapore, and Australia regions. Programs offered by Turito are NAPLAN, opportunity classes, and one-on-one tutoring services for math, science, and English in the Australian region. How do we differentiate from other edtech platforms which are currently available? Turito exclusively gives access to live and interactive one-on-one classes which are personalized to the custom needs of the students, regular assessments to track the child's progress, and doubt clarification sessions whenever needed for making their basics and concepts strong. Also, the parent application makes you part of your child's learning journey. Moreover, we have top 2% certified educators whom we partnered with to envision our mission. Before getting into the specifics, let me offer a quick introduction about our speaker at today's event. Mr. Durga Prasad has 30 plus years of experience in the industry. He has worked as the Chief Educational Officer at the United Nations Organization. He has received the Best Academician Award from the Governor of Punjab. Before getting into the session, I request all participants, if you have any question during the session, please feel free to type them down in Q&A section. We shall be answering in the later part of the session. We will now have Mr. Durga take us through the webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pawan. Thank you, Pawan, and welcome all the parents and students for this webinar. Yeah, first of all, I would like to clarify a few points which could help a parent and student think on what exactly we are doing and what benefits that a student can get and all. Firstly, NAPLAN is not an examination. It is simply an assessment test. Examination is something which gives us some scores which will decide pass or fail of a student, and also the grades considered for certain future studies or grading or whatever it is. So this NAPLAN is not an exam, simply it is an assessment test which is conducted to assess certain things. So I'm very clearly mentioning that it will never decide pass or fail for a student of any grade they are taking, whether it is 3rd grade or 5th grade or 7th or 9th. Now, if it does not decide the pass or fail, then why a student should take? Is it really compulsory? Otherwise, what are the benefits that a student can get out of it? This is very, very important, which makes a student and parent decide why and how they should take this test. Now, first and foremost thing is, most of the schools in Australia are funded by government, and the government is designing the curriculum with certain end goals and with certain end deliverables also. So government would be very keen of really assessing whether the end deliverables, end goals are met or not. If they are not met, where they are going wrong and how to rectify the errors or deficits or modifications they need to make, and accordingly go for the changes. Otherwise, they'll be going for periodical changes once in every 12 years if really everything goes good. This is their thought process. Therefore, they would expect every student to take this test, participate in the test, and perform to their best. Because if they don't perform to their best, and if they only do just for namesake, then government will not be able to assess exact things, and they may be taking wrong decisions if really something like this happens. Therefore, they are very keen of schools taking interest and motivating and encouraging students to learn and perform well, and give them the correct impression about the curriculum that is designed and its implicabilities. Now, any school which is making these children perform, if they are able to get 100% attendance for the test by the students of grade 3, grade 5, grade 7, and grade 9, and if they can do well and give correct like feedbacks to the government about the curriculum and its design and its consequences and all, so definitely they will be in a position to bargain and demand certain things from the government. I'm talking in terms of funding, which could help the school fulfill all their needs. Maybe like this curriculum never involves only academics. It also involves other sports, extracurricular, co-curriculars, etc., etc. So if school is able to deliver all these things and able to show to the government that they are able to do all these things well, they can demand higher funding, and they can provide all the facilities. So definitely it is helpful for schools, for the government, and indirectly all these things will help students, because curriculum design should best suit them and deliver what it is meant for. And now in students' perspective, let's see. There are mainly two advantages for students. One, there are certain private schools which are most sought by the students. All the students who are aspiring for better future will aspire to be students from those private schools. So in those private schools, this could become one of the academic profile. Please don't think that they'll take students based on this assignment test. It's only one of the academic profiles which can help students gain weightage. First thing. Second is, this curriculum, whatever is designed, has certain goals or end deliverables, as I mentioned. Government would like students to understand the concepts, learn them, and apply them to a situation. And they want some skill to be developed among the children, and the abilities to analyze and narrate themselves at length or the learnings that they have made on the paper. These are all the end deliverables that government expects, and ultimately they need to have all kinds of growth, academic, then scientific, etc., etc. Whatever it is, all the kinds of growth they would expect a student to have. All these things, whether they are delivered or not, whether they are achieved or not, if not achieved, if some deficits are there, what are the other things that they need to do or make changes, all these things will be decided. Therefore, they expect students to give right performances. So these are the two ways which they are helpful for students. So ultimately, a student grows conceptually. This is very, very important. Not just learning question answers or subjective way or something like that, but they learn, understand concepts, learn them. They'll be able to apply them to a situation. A skill is developed. Analytical, logical reasoning skills are developed, all these things, and narrativeness and all. So that's why they don't test every subject like maths, science, English, social studies, languages, so many things are there. But mainly the logical reasoning and analytical skills are very, very important, and narrative skills are very important. If these two are there, automatically they'll do every subject. They can learn, understand, and perform. Therefore, they test only in two subjects. One is English and other is math. Math, there would be two kinds of things. One is with calculator and other is without calculator, but it involves a lot of skill and analytical, logical reasoning skills. They are not questions directly asked from textbook and all, but syllabus is same. They are not asked directly as it is from textbook, but syllabus is same. If a child is taking third grade NAPLAN, then third grade syllabus only will be there. And some of them may be from previous grades also. Similarly, fifth grade child will take on fifth grade syllabus, like that. So 3, 5, 7, 9. So student will be understanding concepts, learning them, applying them to a situation. And as well, if child can understand the concept well, automatically they'll be able to do in their school test properly, because they are just subjective exams. So this will help a student improve in subject and as well perform well in their school exams also, if a child is learning in the way I'm talking about. Not learning question answers, not looking for scores in NAPLAN and all. See, scores anyone can do, but understanding subject and applying them to a situation and developing analytical, logical reasoning skills, and etc., etc. All these are very, very important. If these things are met, then the things are achieved. So now, in this direction, if you ask me what Turito does and how it is helpful, before this, I would like to tell all the parents and students, students will not have regular curriculum alone, but they have extracurricular, co-curricular, sports, debates, elocutions, etc., etc. They need to participate in all the things. And a government and an institute expects student to grow in all the directions. Therefore, child need to plan things properly and adjust everything in the available time and ensure that they move on comfortably. This is very, very important. And now, when I talk about so many things, uh, definitely students should be given time. Suddenly, we started working on something. Suddenly, student faces a problem or some inconvenience in the system, learning system, or subject-wise, or what it may be the thing. So child should be given enough time to recover, work on the deficits, recover, if needed, take additional support, uh, then improve and uh, perform. So for all these things, we need to give them time. So therefore, if child is in grade 2, if you ask me, shall I wait till grade 3 comes and exam is in May, so shall I wait till January, November and all? I say no, don't wait. Please start the things whenever, as early as possible, because Turito never works on just delivering subject and only expecting student to score marks. We ensure that child understands the concept, develops the skill, develops the application attitude, and as well develop analytical, logical reasoning skills, which are helpful for the child. So therefore, we just never deliver subject as it is, but we also ensure that child grows conceptually. When child grows conceptually, all other things become simple. Therefore, our teaching learning process involves that way. And when this NAPLAN syllabus is being taught, same syllabus is there for even the regular course. But this is objective pattern questions. Those are subjective pattern questions. Subjective pattern is macro. Objective pattern is micro. So when child starts preparing in micro level, automatically macro level things are simple for a child because they know every concept. So elaborating those things and mixing those things and answering them. So subjective part becomes easy. But a child, every child may not be equally comfortable with the regular curriculum and all. Therefore, a child may need some support. Sometimes they may understand or they may not be able to understand, or they understand, but sometimes they'll not be able to apply them to a situation. And so many things can happen. So a student should not be hurried. So we should give them chance to involve themselves and improve. And in this process, Turito identifies if child is having any other problems apart from regular understanding of concepts, learning them and all. If any other problems are there, either directly to the subject or connected ones which are connected to their academics, we alert the parent and student. And we also have regular one-on-one coaching, also subject-wise coaching of math, science, English, and so on. So we'd be able to help parents and students in overcoming their difficulties also. Now, apart from that, we have well-designed content, uh, which may not be exactly at the syllabus prescribed, but it contains little extra or higher levels, otherwise call it as higher level, because we generally what we do is we ensure that child grows conceptually. There could be certain concepts which are connected to them but might not be included in the syllabus. So even we include such concepts so that child understands them very well and can apply them to a situation. So we not only just teach them regular curriculum, but also any concepts or anything which are connected to that, then we'll be training student on those things also. While all this is happening, we'll be trying to assess if student is facing any problem in their regular curriculum or subject wise. If any such problems are there, we'll identify them, we'll alert the parent and student so that they may take necessary measures, and also we'll be able to help them. Now, when I say this early to start, then parents may say, sir, my child is already in 3rd grade or 5th or 7th or 9th, then is it too late? So never things are late, but maybe if a child is given more time, they can learn them leisurely and comfortably. Also giving some time for other extracurricular, co-curricular sports and all. But if time is less, maybe they need to focus a little more. That's all. Spending extra time. And of course, they should not be in a hurry. They should not be in tension. If they go into tension and all, definitely they'll not be able to cope up. So never a student should go into tension, nor he or she should be taken into pressure by either teachers or by parents or by any of the people who are around them. So we should keep them under comfort zone, and all these things are taken care of by Turito. We also arrange psychology sessions on and off, periodical psychology sessions. If a child is facing some problem, as I mentioned, we'll alert them, and if any necessity is there, we'll go for additional classes and all. Otherwise, also, we'll be conducting doubt sessions every Friday. That week, whatever child prepares and whatever doubts they get, they all are clarified on Friday, apart from regular doubt sessions. This is additional doubt session. And the content is scientifically developed, and it has classwork, DPPs, daily practice papers, which every child should do every day. Then if child is working for extra time, then some zone is there called as work at leisure, additional questions, previous year solved papers, etc., etc. All these things are supported. Every lecture that is taught is recorded and put in the portal. Whenever a child wants to refer to them, they can open the portal, they can listen to them again at their own speed. They can set the speed and listen to them and ask the doubts. And apart from that, we go for fortnightly tests. And once the course is completed, we'll go for 5 grand tests, which will help student in coping up with the better things. So these are all the things we'll be doing. And can you go to the next slides? Like generally, I talk about few points. Next. Yeah, this is the paper pattern. I'll be keen of not just parents and students trying to think about syllabus and limiting themselves to that. If they get time, I expect them to expose themselves to higher things or little extra things, as I mentioned in the previous discussion. Yeah, next slide, please. Next. Still next. Still. These are all marking patterns and all, which parents can be given later on. But next. Yeah, here I want every parent to pay a little bit of attention because generally what every student and parent would be keen is like what is the syllabus, whether whether the child is being given knowledge of it or not, whether child is learning it or not, and if they are able to do that, they'll be happy. So what I say is, don't limit yourself, as I mentioned before. Don't just limit yourself, means your kids, if it is parent, to the syllabus. Whatever connected concepts are there, that all should also be focused, and ensure that student is comfortable with every concept that is there, and learns the curriculum that is given the best way possible. So in this process, child should be able to invest time. I don't want child to spend time, plan everything in advance, then see, when student is involving in teaching learning process, they should have good memory, good grasping power, good retentivity power, and all these things. And I suggest every student to go for half an hour meditation every day, inhaling and exhaling, breathing exercise. While that is going on, child should focus on inhale and exhale on the breath and the air that is flowing in and out, and have some physical exercise of half an hour to 1 hour every day. Then eat well. Many children are worried that they'll put on weight. Please don't worry about weight and all. A growing child can digest everything that they eat. So I don't want anyone to do dieting part. Students doing dieting part, they need to eat well and sleep well. These are very, very important. Don't limit yourselves. Keep yourself healthy and fit. And I want every student to spend about 1 hour time on English every day and about half an hour time on mathematics, so that they develop necessary skills and all. And to perform better in English, I want students to involve themselves in reading uh, journals and all, trying to understand the passages and explanations that are given, and narrate the things what they want, or about themselves, or about the place which is around them, or the place they are living in, or the school, or the politics of country or world, etc., etc. So many things, history, anything. They need to go for a lot of reading, develop a lot of vocabulary, and as well skills in mathematics. So next slide, please. Yeah. So when student starts learning, definitely student gets doubt, so no one should hesitate. They should get them clarified. Don't feel shy, or don't think that teachers will think that you are not up to the mark child, something like that. These are all wrong conceptions, misconceptions. Whenever a child starts involving themselves in teaching learning process, they are bound to get doubts, and they need to get those doubts clarified. Never by heart, try to understand, even if it takes little extra time, don't worry. Spend time and then learn, understand and learn them. And all the formulae should be on your fingertips. And never you should be afraid of taking an exam. Don't skip any exam. Many students think that examination is conducted to test their level, and they avoid taking those tests. But never an exam or test is conducted to judge you, but they are conducted to know where you are and how much improvements you need to make. So please take tests, and after every test, analyze where you are standing and what else need to be done, and go for those improvements. This is all from my desk. Later on, I'll be answering the questions. I'll hand over to you, Pawan. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all the information about the program itself. So the program that is being offered by NAPLAN is very much informative itself. I think most of the things are already being covered by sir itself, and I'll be explaining you about the portal, the platform that we are providing in order to fulfill the expectations that the parents really have. So what you can expect from Turito classes are more towards the individualized attention, because it's a one-on-one live class, gauging gaps and working on the same. So ultimately, once we know where the child is lacking, we can devise our own ways and customize the classes in that manner only. Insight on students' academic progress. So just after a few slides, you will see that there is a whole AI driven portal from which you can be a part of the journey of the child itself. You can actually, see those improvements in numbers as well as in a lot of analytics way also. Solid fundamentals and clear subject wise basics, regular assessments and course material will be provided for the same. So this is the dashboard, as you can see, and it's a very simple user interface and one of the most effective one. These are the subjects. So like if you go for multiple subjects, how your dashboard will be visible. Then these are the tests, or rather, I should say the mock test area, where there are tests that are being created by the teacher also. There are also tests that is created by the team. So both the tests are completely visible in this particular section. Then progress report, as I told you, that's a very AI driven kind of platform. So you will be able to see that what kind of improvement that my child is having, and to what extent I can see that improvement, a kind of a trajectory that you will be able to monitor as well as analyze. This is the parent, the application that we provide. So again, a consistent monitoring can help you understand that what is the path that the child is taking ultimately towards the goal, whether he is achieving or not. Then you can there is a whole section where you can analyze the attendance, progress summary, then subject wise progress, then performance summary, then test wise summary, recently taken tests, their marks, scores in percentage, as well as a combined report can also be seen with the help of the platform, with the help of the application itself. Recently learned concepts, strengths and weaknesses. So this application can also let you know that what are the areas where the child is weak, and it can specifically pinpoint the areas, which can also help the teacher to understand more that where the help, assistance, guidance is really required in order to improve those specific areas. Then recommendations are also there. So the recommendations are completely, again, based upon how well he's performing, based upon that particular analytics. The recommendations are being automatically generated by the application itself. Then there's a whole test analysis series that is there, where the again, a combined report and a more intense as well as very specified. So everything whatsoever the child has done, or the child is doing, right, you will be able to observe, and you will be able to know that what is or how well he is performing in all of those areas, right? Then you can also connect with the tutor and have a kind of a parents teacher meeting with the tutor also, to more understand more that what are the areas he's lacking, what you are doing in order to make him perform well. So that's how the things are going to happen with the portal. Now these are tests. Okay, so now we'll be taking care of the Q&A session, and I'll be once again sharing my screen with you all. So if there is any question, just write it down in the Q&A section, and we will take care of, so we will be answering those questions, and just type it down in the section only.
Yeah, Pawan, I think one parent has asked about opportunity classes. Yeah, these are totally different from NAPLAN. NAPLAN is just an assessment test, whereas opportunity classes are conducted in New South Wales area, Australia, for the primary school children of grade 5 and grade 6, though, to identify those students who are gifted and talented. And if they really feel, there are about, if I remember correctly, around 77 schools who are private schools, wherein these gifted kids are given a chance to grow further to the required levels, or otherwise to further grow and achieve bigger things in their life. So opportunity classes is totally different, but NAPLAN is different. Regular curriculums are different, but if a chance is there, I wish parents, students take that opportunity classes and take the tests also, so that if they are really found eligible for those schools, then their future is totally different. It's like Ivy colleges, if I talk about. So getting a chance in Ivy college, same way, those who are clearing these opportunity classes and scoring well there, then definitely they have good opportunities and good scope in future. So even we have OC classes also conducted at Turito. So that I think you can update later on to the parent.
Yeah, Mrs. Deepti, can you a little bit elaborate about
Yeah, I
this?
think this should not become more of OC based. It is conducted by government of Australia itself. So this I think we'll discuss separately. I think you can connect with the parent, Mrs. Deepthi, and we can have a talk with her separately. Yeah, I think we'll arrange a separate discussion zone for this OC schools, ma'am. No, they are not related, ma'am. They are different. We'll arrange a meeting with you, ma'am. I'll be directly discussing with you about and clarifying all your doubts on OC and what is NAPLAN and how all these things will help and how they are helpful for the student, all these things. Pawan, can you please help me connecting with the parent later on?
Yeah, for sure, sir, for sure. So our team will also be getting in touch with Mrs. Deepthi, most
Sure.
probably tomorrow itself, and they will assist as well as whatsoever doubt query she has. They will guide you for the same, ma'am, for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Any other questions that anybody have?
Yeah, I think we have something called as diagnostic test. So we'll be conducting the diagnostic test and we'll be analyzing where the child is now, and it will help us and the student also to plan future teaching learning process. So we conduct, I think our team will be able to support you on that. Yes, there is one more question I'm seeing. What happens if my child gets low mark on NAPLAN? So there is nothing that is going to happen if child gets low marks. But if child is scoring low in NAPLAN assessment test, it indicates that child is having some problem in coping up with the regular curriculum. So definitely we need to pay attention if such case arises, and we need to support the child. But if child takes it easy and does not prepare, then it's a separate scenario. But that's why I said in my initial discussion itself, child should take it seriously, parents should also take it seriously, schools also should take it seriously and make a child perform to their best. Based on this assessments, we can take a lot of decisions about child's future. But if technically speaking, there is nothing that will happen if child scores low or high in this test. It doesn't matter. Yeah. When a child is taking NAPLAN assessment test coaching, definitely we'll be helping them in that concept building of the syllabus. But at the same time, if child is facing any problem, we'll be able to support children even in the regular curriculum also. But that may not be included in the package, but it is done separately and one-on-one basis. Yeah, every year this NAPLAN test is conducted in the month of May, and schools will be preferring every child to take it. If any child misses that NAPLAN by some reason, they will be conducting it again for students either individually or in groups in month of October or November, the coming next this one, because they would like every child to take test and perform and give feedbacks to the government on educative system. Yeah, actually one Mr. Sharma has asked, does it matter on high school with low grades? Never we should compromise on a scoring of grades of a student anywhere, because if at lower class, if a child is having some problem conceptually, automatically it carries on to higher school, then university and all. So therefore, we should be able to support child from the early stage itself, so that child will not struggle at a later stage. But still, if something is identified at later stage also, we need to work on, and we need to ensure that child overcomes all those difficulties and feel comfortable with the syllabus and curriculum.
So I believe this question is directed towards me. What is the mode of classes? Is it online? So, Mr. Chaudhary, the portal and the classes is completely on online mode. And these are live classes, one-on-one live classes that is being provided through a portal, which is a dedicated portal towards these classes only by Turito. I hope this answers your question. How often will be classes conducted in a week? So ultimately, the program is created in such a way that is completely customizable as well as flexible in nature. The sessions that are going to happen are a kind of a group sessions, and there will be batches. All the other information will definitely provided to you by our team members. They will be getting in touch with you tomorrow, and they whatever questions, doubts or query with regards to the frequency of the classes, the timings of the classes or the batches, everything they'll be able to answer. Okay. Mr. Sharma has asked how much. Uh, can you a little bit elaborate about that? Are you asking about the price? Okay, as I told you, ma'am, tomorrow my team members are going to get in touch with you, because there are other variables and specifications with respect to the program only. There are features and benefits that are connected with the package itself, and it's a whole lot of discussion ultimately. So they will be able to tell you all the information, and any doubt, any question, I think they'll be able to answer in a more proper way and in a more better manner ultimately. Do you have regular tuition classes? Yes, we definitely have regular tuition classes. We do provide subjects that are there, and you can also check the website if you want to know more about the Turito portal or the Turito program that is being offered by us. Will this also cover the syllabus for selective school exams as well? I believe, Mr. Durga, this question is directed towards you. Mr. Durga, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I was in mute. I did not notice. Sorry, I was answering, but I was not noticing that I was on mute. Yeah,
Okay,
the parent, as I mentioned early in my discussion itself, a NAPLAN syllabus is same like school exam syllabus only, but that is subjective pattern test, and this is objective pattern test, and objective pattern test is micro, and subjective pattern is macro. So when a child prepares at micro level, automatically macro level becomes simple, but only thing is they need to be exposed to that system of teaching learning process. So therefore, both are same, but different patterns. So teaching processes and methods followed also will be different. But micro is always superior to macro this one. Yeah, I think next two questions will be answered by you, Pawan.
Yeah. So where are you based? So basically, Turito is an organization which is a part of a bigger organization, which is Yup TV. And further info, if you want to get, definitely it is available online. Also, you can Google it about. There are a lot of other aspects also that I believe that this is not the area that we will be discussing, but definitely you can Google us about that. So our parent company is basically Yup TV. Yeah. How long is the course? So, Mr. Rajiv, as I told you that the program is pretty much customizable in nature, and based upon your requirement, need, as well as what kind of perspective that you are looking forward for, which will definitely be fulfilled by us by customizing the services itself, and that particular thing will definitely can be discussed in a better manner tomorrow. As I'm retreating myself, tomorrow our team member is going to get in touch. They will give you all the information with respect to the course, classes, fees, frequency, everything they will be telling you, and they'll be discussing you. As long as you want, you can have a discussion with them. Any other question, please do type your questions in the Q&A box so we can answer those questions. So we also have a kind of an offer that we are currently running. So within like 1-2 minutes, if you have any question, any doubt, please do ask in the Q&A session so we can answer. But the offer that we are, I think my screen is visible to everybody. They are able to see the offer that we are running is a kind of a referral offer. So if you refer somebody who is currently not a part of this webinar itself, and they enroll with us, then there is a flat 30% discount that can be provided, as well as 50 AUD referral bonus can be provided to the parent directly. And the enrollment must and should happen within the time frame of 48 hours, where the referral offer and bonus is pretty much beneficiary to both of the parties. So the parent who is currently a part of the webinar and they will be enrolling, and the person the parent is referring to, both the parties will be getting the benefit and they'll be able to fetch the benefit. The referral, again, the person that you are going to refer should not be a part of this webinar. Only then, once you fulfill these criteria, only then you will be eligible to get the discount offer that we are currently running. I request everybody who is a part of this webinar to drop their questions so we can answer those questions. Are there any questions that people want to ask, or they have any doubts, any query? It looks like that we do not have any further questions. So I think we are good for now, and we'll be ending the session now. Thank you for joining us. If you would like to know more about Turito, visit our website www.turito.com. And if you have any queries, please feel free to reach us at care@turito.com. For a better way of learning, join Turito now. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Have a great day. Thank you, Mr. Durga, sir, for providing the time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.